Hello, and good morning, my Simply Besties. It is currently January 14th. Um, Welcome to my channel. Thank you for all my new subscribers. It's your girl, Simply Mandi. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit about myself on my other social media platforms. A lot of people have been asking me questions about me and things like that because I haven't uploaded a video for a while in YouTube because I'm recovering from gastric bypass surgery. So I'm just gonna, now that I have a little bit of time and I'm home alone, I'm just gonna do an intro video, right? I'm working on doing a way better one that you guys will see soon enough. But my name is Mandy. I am originally from New York City. I was born and raised in New York, and then we lived in Miami for a little bit, and I currently live in Kissimmee, Florida. I have a partner who is a truck driver, and I have 3 children with special needs. My 2 youngest have severe autism, so they take a lot more care than my oldest, but she's 18 and she has high functioning Asperger's, which is a form of autism as well. She's graduating this year from high school. I am so excited for her. She's an amazing girl. I had her at 16 years old. I got pregnant at 15 and I had her at 16. People do ask me what is the relationship with her biological father. There is no contact between me and him. I don't deal with him nor his family because I prefer my mental health and I prefer to stay out of jail. So I don't deal with them. When she was younger, I've always kept the door open, but it's always been a drama. And I made it very clear that when she turned 18, I would not be communicating with them because that is not my responsibility anymore. I don't have a legal requirement to. That is on her if she chooses to pursue that. As long as they be respectful and I don't have to step in and be mama bear, I'm all for it. My younger 2 children have a great relationship with my in-laws and my husband. We all have a great fundamental relationship going on. I am 34 years old. I will be 35 this year. So exciting. I have big plans for that. I'm currently looking for a new place to live. We lived in Kissimmee, Florida for a very long time. We've also dabbled in Haines City. We lived by the tourist attractions, by Walt Disney World. But we might try a new area here in Central Florida, more towards the Orlando area, just to be next to more of the attractions. And there's a lot more things to do for children with special needs. That is in Orange County. Osceola County, unfortunately, does not have a lot of things to do. It's more Orange County and Polk County areas. But Polk County is just way too far from my daughter's job. She works at a theme park, so it's just gonna be the distance. And she doesn't have a car yet, so it just makes it a lot more easier to get around there. And they do have a lot more transportation in Orange County. And Orange County is a really good county for children with special needs in the school system, things like that. This year, we're gonna actually try homeschool this year just to see how it goes, because my kid's been struggling a little bit. Mainly Elijah in the school system, in the private school system. We tried public school, but I just wasn't feeling the public school system here in Osceola County. So we're gonna do homeschool this year. So it's gonna be 3rd and 4th grade this year. Ooh, excuse me. And then we'll progress and see where it goes from there. So with that being said, more about me. I am a bariatric patient. So after having my kids, I did gain a lot of weight. And I'll show you guys some photos. I did gain a lot of weight after having my kids. Mainly my boys. I was at about 400 pounds. And I tried everything under the sun to lose weight, and it just didn't work. So I ended up going the route of bariatric surgery because I also had enlarged thyroids when this took place. So I'm going to show you guys a picture of what I looked like before I had my boys. I had my daughter very young, so obviously my body bounced back after having my daughter. But this was me about, I would say, a year or 2 before I met my boy's father, my husband. This was me back then. Your girl, right? But then I end up having my kids, and my kids are big boys. My son is literally right here, and he's almost 10, and Elijah's about right here, and he's 9. But my hubby is almost 6 foot. He's like 6'2". My dad is tall. My father-in-law's tall as well. So I took the route after trying to lose weight for so long, wasted money in It Works, Herbalife, a whole bunch of plethora of things to lose weight, and it didn't work. So I went the route of gastric sleeve surgery. I ended up getting the gastric sleeve with a doctor out in Poinciana. I'm not gonna say his name because even though he did mess up on the surgery, it's still, I just don't want to put any bad juju out there in the world. So he messed up. He didn't do enough research, and it was a whole mixture of things. And also on my part, where I messed up with the surgery was that it was during COVID, so it kept getting canceled. And then I lost, at that time to about 2021, I had kept, like, a lot of my family members kept dying. I lost 4 to COVID. My grandfather died. My aunt died. She fell and had brain hemorrhage. It was just so much that was going on mentally that I just didn't really pay attention to the surgery. I just wanted it to be done and over with. After getting the gastric sleeve surgery, I had severe complications. I was on feeding tubes, TPN bags, medication after medication, hospital after hospital. Like, I couldn't hold down food. My levels were low. My heart was going in and out. Like, it was just so bad that they had to order a specific medicine out from California that finally helped me maintain food. And it was just a whole bunch of things going on. I was on a plethora of medication. It was just horrible. But I kept having issues after surgery. Like, it kept getting worse and worse and worse and bad, and I couldn't figure out what it is. And then I kept having pain. So I went to a luncheon that I was invited here to by my girl Jojo B. Amazing spirit. I love her. She had the Bridgerton Bariatric Luncheon. Flawless event. And I met Dr. Baglu. Now, Dr. Baglu was my fourth choice because I seen other doctors before her, but none of them wanted to touch me because they kept sending me back to my original doctor. So she practices and works in botched bariatric surgery and does bariatric surgery. So I pulled her to the side at the lunch and I said, hey, this is my situation. This is my circumstances. Do you think you can help me? She goes, yeah. What's your insurance? I said, Medicaid. She goes, I take it. Come see me. So I said, okay. I went to go see her. And then, oh, excuse me. Going to see her, right, ran a number of tests. And come to find out, I had a lot of burnt tissue in my stomach. My sarcophagus pipe was burnt. I had a hernia, hiatal hernia, all this thing going on. So she, helped me push into the insurance of what was going on and everything to help me get the revision to the bypass. Because of the severe acid reflux, it was really bad. And my sarcophagus pipe was on the verge of ulcers, which is bad because that can lead to cancer. So we started the process in April of 24, and insurance and things like that, it goes through all, has to pass a mechanism. Tests need to be done to make sure this is the reason and stuff like that. So I ended up having the surgery December 10th of 2024 for my revision to the bypass. They cut my pouch a little bit smaller than normal. They fixed my sarcophagus pipe, and they had to take out like a couple of 7 ounces of dead tissue of my stomach and then connect my intestines to the new pouch. I have not had any acid reflux, thank God. I've been having little pains here and there, little hiccups, but that's just part of the process of bariatric surgery. You have to know, once you start the eating phase, what works, what doesn't work, what goes down right, if it tastes good. Like, I've developed, I've always had like lactase issues of milk, but it got more profound after I had bypass surgery. I'm going to show you guys a picture. This is what I used to look like before I had my first surgery of the gastric sleeve. This was me on my father-in-law's funeral. This was September 13th. He died on September 6th. So this was like about a week and a half later. And this was a month before my gastric sleeve surgery. I was 402 pounds here. So I ended up having the surgery and went through all the problems. I'm going to show you guys a picture of me 1 year exact after weight loss surgery. This was me 1 year after weight loss surgery. So you guys can kind of see. I have a lot of skin down there and stuff like that. And then this is about 2.5 years to almost 3 years after weight loss surgery. Let me see if I can find a good one that shows my body, because I'm very confident, so I take a lot of pictures of myself. It's bad. It's horrible, I swear. I have like so many pictures of myself in here. Okay, this is about 2 years after weight loss surgery. I did gain a little bit of weight back, but that was because of all the protein and intake that I was taking. That was just a little too much for my body. So, you know, life happens, right? Then this is, well, it's not a really good picture, but for the most part, this is a picture of me and my hubby, and this is about a week after my revision. Still looks a little bit the same. But anyways, so I've been doing a lot better. The only thing that I'm struggling in now is, again, having a little bit of pain, and getting my water in. So as a bariatric patient, you have to have at least a gallon a day, 64 ounces to a gallon a day as you progress and you start healing. So that's what I'm working on now. I already had my coffee this morning. I'm having a protein coffee with protein milk, so that gives me 38 grams of protein. It's very crucial you get protein in. So as a beginner bariatric patient, they start you out about 70 grams, and then you progress as time go by and you heal until you're fully done. But you know, like I said, that's just circumstances of what happened with me. So that's why I ended up having to have the surgery again. I do have a lot of excess skin, as you guys can kind of like see. Eventually that is going to have to be removed. Am I gonna do that now? No, because I want my body to heal from surgery. I don't want to throw my body into that because it's a lot. I've had some friends that have done it, and it's painful and it's very difficult. So I just want my body on the inside to heal. So I might start it maybe the ending of next year, beginning of 27, because I just want my body inside to heal, because I do have a blood disorder. So my body does take a lot longer to heal than normal. My blood disorder is not a fatal blood disorder, but it can be if it doesn't get checked or go unchecked, especially with the hemoglobin. My blood disorder is called hereditary ferrocytosis. It's basically my body protein breaks down proteins differently, and it enlarges my organs. So I've had to have my spleen removed because of it. My gallbladder has been removed because of the process of how it works. So and it also makes me have a weak immune system and be all the time deficient in the vitamin D, which helps the healing process when you have surgery. So I just take a little bit longer to heal, you know. But like I said, I regret having bariatric surgery? No. I just regret the decisions that were made and the things that I've allowed slip through the cracks, knowing my medical history. So this time around, when I had the revision, I saw multiple doctors. Like, I did everything under the sun to make sure I would have a successful surgery this second time. But you know, I want to show you guys. This was me at the luncheon. It was amazing. I went as Lady Whistledown for the bariatric luncheon. This was me as Lady Whistledown in the red dress with the black cape. It was so much fun. It was an amazing event. I absolutely loved it. And to my girl Jojo B that threw it, I love you, girl. But yeah, so that's just my medical standpoint. So I do see a lot of specialists and doctors going forward for the rest of my life because my blood disorder and the bariatric patient. Now, having kids with special needs as autism is very difficult. Not to have one, it's hard. I have 3. My daughter is very high functioning, so she's very independent, and that's how I raised her. My kids, my boys, I'm raising them that way too, but they're more emotional, so I have to do it on different levels. So they do have therapy, they do have services and things like that, but it just makes it difficult sometimes when I'm doing my medical stuff, and then sometimes I have to put mine on the back burner just a little bit to attend to them. And then they're 2 different personalities, they want 2 different things, and then they're boys, so it's like one wants this and then one's with that, and one wants to be right, and it's just chaos. But the reason why I made this YouTube channel, because that was another question I got on my social media platforms, is I want, as a bariatric patient and being a mom with autistic children and living in Central Florida where there's a lot of things to do, is not very much talked about, right? And when you go out to eat, there's not like bariatric friendly menus or even sensory menus for children with special needs that have sensory issues. So sometimes it makes it a little bit difficult to go out and eat or enjoy things, especially when people have children that never really been to Florida or been here as a tourist attraction, and they have children with special needs. So I made my page specifically to put my story out there of, hey, I get it, I understand. So let me walk that path with you and give you some tips and tricks of how to maneuver the parks as a bariatric patient, how to get the DAS card at all the theme parks when you have a child with special needs. What are the good places to eat? Because things is expensive nowadays. Like at Disney's, a bottle of water is $5. Like, who pays $5 for water? They bugging. Disney gives you free water if you go to the quick service restaurants and ask for a cup of water. They will give you free water. Okay? Do not pay $5 for no dang bottle of water. How to get more money for your bank, how to use the Disney Experience app to order your food and pay a kid's meal if you don't eat that much. And you know, things like that. There's an organization here in Central Florida, if you live in Central Florida, that's called NathanielHope.org. They're an amazing organization that does a lot of free events for children and families with special needs, and they also include the siblings. So for example, you have one child that's a special need child, but the sibling is not, doesn't matter. They treat them the same. So now this year, May 3rd, they're going to do this big block Nathaniel Hope birthday party, block party at Lake Eola on May 3rd. So if you have a child with special needs, go to NathanielHope.org and sign up, do the registration so you can come out to the party. I'm gonna be out there, so maybe you guys can message me, hey, I'm coming, I would love to meet up with you. You know, I'm taking another girl that I met here in St. Cloud, who she's also a bariatric patient that I met on TikTok, that she's going through complications. And you know, I understand when you're part of the bariatric community, there are people that had complications and had botched surgeries. It exists. You know, not everybody has weight loss surgery, and it's peaches and cream, you know? So I'm part of the botched side. I'm part of the 3% of people that have complications with bariatric surgery. Thank God this time around, I don't have a lot. Like I said, I have bumps, hiccups with the eating and stuff like that, and I've been having really like this pain in this vicinity area. Don't know what it is. I don't know if my hernia reopened. I don't know what it could be, but I know what it is to have a surgery, go through complications or pain, and when you're trying to voice your opinion, nobody wants to listen. I've been there. Like, these doctors thought I was crazy. They literally wanted me to go into a mental hospital because they thought I was crazy, because they couldn't find what was wrong. But I knew my body, and I knew something was wrong. And all along, it was, I have a fatty liver. That's genetics. So I've been working on that as well. And my blood disorder enlarged my liver a little bit. So I have to be very careful with drinking and eating certain things that's going to hinder my liver, because the liver is the other main filter in the body, and we can't live without our liver. So, you know, I understand to be frustrated, but being a mom that runs the household, because your partner, you know, and your husband is working and he has a very dangerous job, so you're running the household and you're trying to heal and your kids are trying to heal, and one's doing this and one's in basketball and one's over here, and trust me, I get it. And don't get me wrong, I do have help, but my mom's a sick person as well, and she can only do so much, and my dad works all the time, and he's a veteran, and he has his own medical issues, and he lives an hour away, so I understand. But this year, I really gonna take this year to focus on getting myself into a more profound routine, that I don't have to depend on anybody, that I know that I'm gonna be A to B here, whatever, and not leave things to last minute. I'm not a last minute person, and it drives me insane. Last minute things, I don't like it. I've never been diagnosed with OCD, but I know I have it, because I'm such in my head, I'm such in a routine that I have to follow. Like, I walk around with agendas. Like, I'll even show you guys. I walk around with agendas. I walk around with so many things that I have to plan out my day, because I'm so busy all the time. Like, literally, this is my agenda for the new year. It has all of 2025. And you guys can see, like, this is everything I have going on. Everything. Then we go to February. I don't have that much yet, but let me show you guys May, for example. May is going to be, look at this. Everything I have going on in May. Everything going on in May. My daughter's high school graduation, her graduation party, Nathaniel Hope, my birthday, the last day of school, Memorial Day. We got to get our passports going. So we have court dates for passports. Like, it's just so much in May that I have to get done. Plus moving into a house. Like, then on top of that, I'm such a budget person. I coupon. I'm learning how to get better at it, that I literally walk around with this book with all of my, like, budgets and everything going on, because things is expensive nowadays, and you have to be on a budget. So whenever I have money in my account, I write how much, what I'm spending, what is going to be left, because you guys, it's expensive in this business. You know, then I also walk around with my kids in mind medical file, referrals and things that I have to get done. Like it's crazy the amount of things I have to do. So, you know, and it's difficult, and I can't really depend on that many people like that, because people also have their lives, you know, and it's hard. But this year, that's why I'm really looking for a more stable work from home job, so I can get that ball rolling and things like that, and just work on myself. I have a lot of things coming for my Simply Mandi foundation and everything I want to do, and just grow as an individual, because I was a person that used to be so angry and hated the world and hated people. And I saw this quote that Kevin Hart said one time. I don't have the energy to do that, because being angry and holding a grudge on someone that's hurt you, that sometimes don't even care that they hurt you, they know they did it and they don't care, is like you drinking the poison, expecting them to die. Yo, and that hit me hard. Like, yo, that's so true. So I've learned the word of forgiveness is not for them, but it is for myself. Because why I'm going to hold on to this when they're living their life like if nothing mattered? So this year I truly let a lot go, and I literally forgive, but I didn't forget. And I know to stand my boundary and stand my ground, that you're not going to disrespect me. And I've been doing a lot better doing that, you know. And I look back at all my pictures here and how happy my kids were and my family is, and these are my girls. Let me show you guys. These are my girls, my bariatric family that I met and created bonds with. I love them. You know, we took my kids to SeaWorld for their Christmas event, and look how happy they are. Like, this is what I live for. My hubby and my kids, my daughter, my 2 boys. And with everything that has happened in the past and the amount of family members I buried 29 family members in a matter of 2 years. The last one that passed was my godbrother, who it's been a year now since he's passed. He unexpectedly, very healthy guy, and unfortunately he passed away. You know, and life is too short, you know. And looking back at all my photos, guys, life is way too short. And I just want to be happy. I want to live a simple, happy, healthy life. And that's what I'm striving for. So when I do get into a more permanent place, I'm going to take a break from dealing with toxicity, judgments, comments, comebacks. And people don't have to agree with my lifestyle, and that's fine. I respect your opinion, but I don't have to honor that. If it works for me, it works for me. What works for me might not work for you, and that's perfectly okay. And that's why I kind of made this YouTube channel, to tell people that I understand what it is to grow up with somewhat of toxic situations, being in a toxic relationship, because my daughter's father was completely toxic, to not having trust, to losing trust, to gaining it, and all this stuff. So I understand that it all does take time, and little by little we'll get there, you know. But I just feel this year, with everything that's happened from 2019 to 2024, has been an emotional roller coaster, and I'm truly excited and ready to start anew and travel the world. And even though the world is in chaos and America is, I don't even know, I don't want to hinder my kids. That's why I really want to try homeschool, to see if I see a difference in them from being in the school environment, because it's they're not happy. And like I said, they're only a kid for a short amount of time. They have their whole life to be adults, and I want them to enjoy their childhood. And that's what I'm striving for. My daughter, you know, she's an amazing girl, and I'm very happy as far as she's come with everything that has happened with her biological dad and the drama with them, and everything that happened in our family from people passing away, you know. So I just want to live life day by day, simple, grow spiritually, grow emotionally, financially, like everything, you know. And I want to take my family, because you guys are my berry family, my Simply family, my Berry family, my Simply besties take the journey with me, you know, and just take the ride and have a good time. So if anybody here in my comments or see my videos in Central Florida and want to hang out, leave me a comment. I'm gonna fix up my bio with an email that people can also email me at. We can link up with all of my social media handles. I don't know what's going on with this TikTok band, but we shall see. But with that being said, I have to hop off because I have to head to do some things and figure out what in the Lord's name I'm going to make for dinner. And fold some laundry because I have the laundry going. But with that being said, thank you for all my new subscribers. I love you all. And stay tuned for the next video. Might be doing a Disney video very soon. So thank you for that, guys. And just like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. I read all my comments. I love you all. And until next time, from your girl, Simply Mandi. And thank you for joining in on this new episode of A Slice of Life with your girl, Simply Mandi. I love you all and have a great Tuesday. And life is difficult, but we'll get through this together.